You've heard of Russian nesting dolls? Well, this is a puzzle called Russian Nesting Balls. It's from Pacific Puzzleworks, and it's balls inside of balls inside of balls. Watch today's episode to see how many balls are inside this puzzle. Welcome to Puzzle Time, episode 93. I'm Tyler, this is Linnea. Thank you guys for watching our videos. Make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoy what you're watching here. We appreciate your viewership and also your participation in this channel. So let's get into today's episode. We are shooting some stuff from Pacific Puzzleworks. Now, we've shown you a lot of Pacific Puzzleworks before. So let's just get into it. Which one do you want to do first, Linnea?
Let's do the Fort Knox box.
No. This is Pacific Puzzleworks.
Oh, the Pacific Puzzle. Sorry. Let's retry that. Let's try the Ball Buster.
Ball Buster? Okay.
Yeah.
This is the harder of the two. So Ball Buster's a level 8. It's not especially hard. And I like this puzzle. Me and Chuck played with this during our live the one time. You can see it here. It's 3D printed. Comes in this, this is a pretty standard box for Pacific Puzzleworks with their logo in the corner. Okay, so it's really solid. That's the first thing I noticed about this one. It is not light. It's solid and heavy. And I found it really hard to get to move when we first were playing with it. I think that's the problem with a lot of these. Make sure you're come onto the pad. There we go. So, Pacific Puzzleworks is a guy named Lee Krasnow. So he is the guy who makes these and I believe designs them as far as I am aware. So, I think you can get it going. So there's how it goes. Think you can get it? I think we should take it apart. I don't know if I want to take it apart. These puzzles scare me.
I don't know.
But on our site, we do talk about this. There is a tiny little, you can see that rounded part right here. There's a little space inside that allows you to store something in it. It's about the size of a marble as far as I can figure. Here's the interesting thing actually too on these is this. Look at this.
I was wondering about that.
This is a whole piece right here. This whole it's got black, gold, and white on it. As you can see it there. I flex it
together.
And you can see, and it looks like there's probably more pieces in this than there is. No luck getting it going?
No.
But there's the movement. I'm not going to take it apart fully, but you can see a bit of how this puzzle moves. And then it just goes back together. And this is a wonderful little, let's do that again. I'll show it up close here.
These remind me a lot of Vinco. They're basically 3D printed versions of what Vinco does.
Some similar stuff. It's a little different, but I know what you mean. There's these slide puzzles like this. Those slides open and then closed and then right there and click.
Yeah, just because the Vinco ones have a storage place inside too, just a little tiny place where there's a ball moving around in it and stuff. So
right.
That's kind of what reminded me of it.
Okay, move on to the next one here. We have Russian balls. This is from Pacific Puzzleworks and Lee Krasnow. It's a level 5, so this is not a difficult puzzle. Okay.
They have such tight movements.
What I liked about this puzzle, this is a really, especially for the 3D printed ones, this is a really heavy movement on this puzzle, or heavy puzzle. It's because there's so many things inside. It's called Russian balls, and obviously that's a play to the whole Russian nesting doll thing where the dolls nest inside of each other. The level 9 is not the difficulty level, so make sure you don't get that confused. It is the amount of balls inside of this. So this is 9 levels of balls. It does get harder the more you do. Come on, go forward. There you go. So that's what level is that now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And then when you do end up putting them back together, it isn't. I'd say this is a harder puzzle to put back together than it is to take apart. Or bring it forward. There you go. You're on the,
It does get really
Yeah,
small.
it
Like,
gets
how does he
really
make
small.
it this small?
yeah. I think this is a really real testament to like the exactness of 3D printing. So there it is. The last piece, from what I understand, is 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter. So that's the size of it right there. And it goes together. So start putting it back together. You show that too. It's actually not. I think the hardest part of this whole puzzle is figuring out which way the balls go back into each other. Yeah, so you're gonna have to find like I think that's the hardest part of this whole thing. It's finding the specific way that it sits, one sits inside the other.
Because it has to sit flush,
Yeah,
right?
let's see. So there we go.
Oh, once it
Yeah,
slides in,
So
yeah.
it slides in. You move it around and slides in, and you can feel it.
Okay.
Okay, bring it forward. There you go. So these are actually each of the balls is 12-sided. You don't miss that level. That's
Oh, I was like, that's too big for that.
So there's 12 sides to the shape. Like, it's not really a ball technically, but you can call it that. But it's a 12-sided shape. Yeah, that is the Russian balls level 9, and you're just about done. You getting it? Are you getting like the?
Yeah, I just gotta figure out. I know how it goes in. I'm just getting it in.
Yeah.
You have to
I like
match
this.
that side up.
I think this is less of a puzzle and more of a unique item, a unique object, right?
Yeah.
I don't ultimately call this a puzzle. It's at least a very easy puzzle.
Yeah. The
It's got
design
the-
behind it is cool.
I like the Puzzle Works. They're coming out with some really good stuff. So keep an eye on them. They're one of my favorite companies in as far as the 3D printing stuff goes. So I really, really enjoy them and enjoyed both these puzzles. They have a whole bunch of new stuff on our website, so make sure you go to puzzlemaster.ca. Check out our website, find more of their stuff. There was quite a few different ones. Like I said, these were kind of my two favorites of the new releases that we had on the website. So get into the online buzz. Okay, so our online buzz is a little more 3D printing centric today. Now, Linnea, did you watch that Slam Car one with me?
I watched a little bit of it,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's Chris
Not the whole
Ramsey.
thing, but-
We went to his page or his channel on YouTube and watched the Slam Car. So this is a 3D printed version of a wood puzzle. It's a sequential discovery puzzle. It's a little car, actually a fairly decent sized car. Again, made out of 3D printing material. And it's done, the 3D printer was this guy named Gerard Hudson, and you might recognize that name. He is the guy who did the Turtle Trip, which is that like
That was a
funky
fun puzzle.
psychedelic box that has like turtles and stuff in it.
Yeah.
Which, when Chris solves the puzzle inside, there is a little turtle. I don't think Chris says
okay.
it in the video, but it is a reference to this Turtle Trip, and I think another turtle puzzle that Gerard Hudson has done.
Yeah.
Next, I think you'd like this one. This is it's by Cubastic. So Cubastic is a Russian YouTuber. He does videos though where he like dubs in an English voice.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you've probably seen his stuff a little bit. But he did one it's called the Impossible Toy Box, and it's by a guy named Make Anything. And essentially, it's a square toy box that has like the sides kind of fold up, and then there's a lid that goes on top and holds the whole thing together. And then you get all these little toy pieces, 3D printed toys. There's like a little bear and a bunch of different stuff like that. And you just pack them into the toy box, and you got to be able to close it.
Oh, okay.
It's really cool because all the pieces nest together really neat.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed it, especially Cubastic. He walks you through it really well. And then they originally Make Anything made a smaller version, so Cubastic's version is bigger. The original was a little smaller. I like the bigger version better, definitely. But Make Anything did it originally for an event called the Puzzle Advent Calendar.
Oh.
So I think last year was the first year they had done this Puzzle Advent Calendar. I might be wrong. Correct me if I am wrong. But it's a bunch of YouTubers get together and they all make puzzles for this, and then they release one every day. It's kind of like some sort of 12 Days of Christmas or Advent
that'd be
calendar as they did. So this was his release from 2020 in that. So definitely make sure you check out that Puzzle Advent Calendar, Make Anything, and Cubastic. All really good stuff. And there's some unique puzzles in there. Okay, next. The third one is not a 3D printed, but I went on to Puzzling Time. Now, Puzzling Time has a very similar name to us, but
Yeah.
he has some great videos, good puzzles, and I watched him solve something I've never seen before. It's a Master Maze. You ever seen this? No? Okay. You've seen those little like dinky things you get in, I don't know, from like game stores or something,
Oh, yeah.
or like where it's a little flat piece and there's like
we have some of them.
yeah, metal
downstairs,
balls in them. You got to move them into like get them to
drop
sit
ones,
into
yeah.
slots and stuff. This is like a big one. From what I could tell, the puzzle itself is probably close to the size of our mat here.
Wow.
And what it is, there's one ball in there, and there's a whole maze around the outside, and you got to get I think the end's in the middle. So he starts down here, ends in the middle with the ball. So what the whole thing is, he does it in 3 minutes. He solves the whole puzzle without getting stuck in a single trap. So I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I don't know a ton about these, and from what he said, they're not like really available anywhere new. It sounds like you kind of get them on eBay or used sites. So I just never seen it before. I thought it was unique and interesting, and just kind of a twist, or at least a harder version of some of those like little puzzles that we all kind of grew up doing with balls inside them, and it's just amazing. So yeah, I like that. Puzzling Time has some great videos. Go check out his YouTube channel, and yeah. That's all I got for Online Buzz today.
Thank you for joining us, everyone.
Make sure you go, where can they go to find all our stuff?
So you can go find us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, here on YouTube, and go to our website, and you can subscribe to our newsletter that we send out weekly. We do have different little brain teasers on the newsletter you can do, lots of new products that are coming out, any informational stuff that you need to know that's going on in the puzzle world.
Yeah. Yeah, the newsletter is a great place to get updates from Puzzle Master and see some of the new stuff. Linnea does a lot of our Facebook and TikTok stuff, so if you're interacting on there, even you do the YouTube comments too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Linnea does a lot of it. So if you're interacting with someone, chances are it's Linnea. And she has some great stuff on TikTok. Also, make sure you check out her YouTube short. She has some fantastic stuff on there. I enjoy her videos. I see this stuff every day, so she does some good stuff. Make sure you guys go watch it. Thank you guys for watching. We are finished.
Have a good day.